morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How are you doing? Happy belated St. Patrick's Day. We have a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. I know you're going to work on your productivity this week and be highly productive. I don't know if you see behind me, but I look like I am in like a yellow, sunburst. And so I want to show you what my good friend Jeanette and Ryan did. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is my office. So let me show you. Oh, sorry if you're dizzy. So this is my office. So this is the lovely yellow Post-it notes that my good friends left me in my office. Sorry for the dizziness again. Isn't it amazing? So, just wanted to share that with you, and it comes at a perfect time because I think sometimes when you have low energy, you definitely need people in your life to bring up the energy, and I can definitely count on Jeanette and Ryan to do that. So, let's dive into Mindset Monday. Let's talk about the positive things that we can do to change and motivate ourselves to kind of have a growth mindset. And I'm going to be hanging out in yellow Post-it notes. All right, let's do it. So if you guys have never, Jeanette, haha, you're no kidding. Oh, Lord. Ann says, I thought you were talking about success. Well, it depends on who you think is success. That's the point. I think Jeanette thinks she's pretty successful. Inside joke is I always tell people that I am not a fan of a Post-it note. I don't like them. I think they're awful. I think you should just do the task and not put it on a to-do list and not stick it on a wall or anything like that. So, yeah. See, I told you. Jeanette says I'm very successful. Ah, Lord. All right, so let's get back on track. So, if you've never joined me for Mindset Monday before, welcome. My name is Drew Demery. I am a business strategy coach, and so many times we focus on the skills that a person needs to increase their business, but really it's about the mindset. Actually, 90% mindset, 10% skill. So what we're going to do today is dive into a word that I hear often in a lot of the consultations I do with my clients, and that's talking about success. And sometimes the energy around success can be negative. So I think the first question I ask myself when we're going into the topic of success is, do you feel like you deserve success? Because if you don't feel it and you don't believe it, then how is someone else going to be able to help or motivate or just lift you up and really focus on your success as well? So do you feel or do you deserve success? The second thing I want to talk about is we all need to define success. So I give an example all the time with a lot of my clients. Okay, person number one, he's a history teacher in the Bronx. He makes about $35,000, $40,000 a year, but he impacts and helps children really develop their skills and their habits to be successful. So is that a successful person? Or person number two, CEO of maybe a tech company, makes six figures, lives in a big mansion on the hill. Your definition of success, which one is successful? It's depending upon your perception of success. So one of the things I would tell you is right now is clarity is power. When we're talking about success, success is about you, right? Success is about what you believe success is. So don't let somebody put that label of success on you without you recognizing what you feel is successful. I know a lot of people that live simple lives. Simple, what I mean, low income, modest car, and they're probably the most successful people that I've ever been around because of the influence they have, because of the life and the abundance and the joy that they have in their life. I also have friends that are very wealthy and they're very successful, but they also have abundance as well. So again, think about what success is to you. Before we dive into this mindset around it, you gotta have clarity on that. All right, so the other thing I want to talk about is why sometimes we don't even strive for success. So many times I'll see with a client, I see a 10 on their forehead and I'm excited for them to really grow their business, and they don't even see the potential of their success. And I want to know why that is. And so I always dive into the question of, do you think you'll be successful? What is success to you? And there's three things that I constantly see as a coach that I wanted to share with you. And you may be feeling the same way. And in fact, I'll tell you, I actually, until I started to focus on my mindset, I actually felt a lot of these same feelings or frustrations around success. One of the first things I would tell you is that when I see as a coach is that some people are fearful of what success is going to do to them. How is it going to change their world? What would it look like? What type of car would I drive? What type of vehicle or house would I have? How would my friends react? Are they going to? So how is that going to change your world? And I think there's a fear behind that. That's why so many of us really run away from success, because we don't know what the future holds. We don't have that crystal ball. The second thing is, and this is something I actually see this more often than anything else, is that once I'm successful, how do I maintain it? So at Keller Williams, we have what we call a capping status. So capping is once they sell a certain amount of homes, they have this capping status. And there's such a fear of, once I'm capped, or once I've achieved that level of success, how do I maintain that? And there's so many times where I hear when our agents, they're fascinated by the fact that it's a challenge to maintain success. Hey, Vicky, good morning. How are you? So I wanted to talk to you guys about the third one. This one is about success, but it's about we will possibly be judged by others. This is huge, guys, because I know, and I'm guilty of it too. We are judging machines. We judge everything every single day. We judge by what the person wears, by what they drive, by what they say, what they don't say, right? So we know that as humans, we're judging machines. I mean, let's just face it. Look in social media. There's a lot of prejudgment out there, whether it's your political views, your religious views. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. And so judgment of success is huge, because the mindset around success is in the eye of the beholder. Again, we talked about just a couple minutes ago, you determine what your level of success is and what that means to you, not someone else, right? So I think those three things are something we really got to focus on. Going into this week, I'd love for you to think about, what is my mindset around success? Is it going to change my world? Is it going to be something I need to maintain and create habits? And then also, will I have people passing judgment? And then do I care, right? So people of high success really understand and embrace. They actually run towards that growth abundance mindset, which is, yes, it's going to change my world. Yes, I'm going to have to maintain it. And yes, I'm going to be judged for it, but I'm going to be judged in a way that's positive, that I can bring some abundance and some clarity to other people's lives as well. The other thing I want to talk about, you may have seen this so many times before, but you guys have seen, what do they call the iceberg, the success iceberg? This is so true. So think about the success iceberg. Think about, you guys probably watch the Oscars, and the best winning actress is whoever that person is, and they're winning this Oscar for the first time or the second time, but they have been working in that industry probably since they were 10 or 12 or 13 years old. So many times we see someone successful in our world, and I really hang out in the real estate world, so we'll see this person really be successful. So again, success is determined how you want to look at it, but let's just say they're selling, 20, 25 houses, and we're like, wow, that's successful. Well, what we don't see is the iceberg underneath, right? The late hours, the hard work, the mindset that they're really focusing on, the skills, the ability. So one of the things I'll tell you is that we need to focus underneath the surface. We need to focus not on the success, which is what we, quote, all want. It's all the work behind that, underneath, right? We talk about it every Mindset Monday. We're talking about truly your mindset. We're talking about the skills, the ability, your constantly being learning based. Anything and everything that can grow you from the inside out will then show up on the surface, right? So I want you to really think about that iceberg as you go throughout the day. What am I doing to work on myself internally so then it shows up on the outside? That's just something that I kind of always look at and focus on. Then I want to think about a few things, and then we'll kind of finish this mindset around success, is in a growth mindset, challenges are supposed to be exciting rather than threatening. So if we're really truly working on our mindset, we've got to focus on, do we run towards success or do we run away from success? And so I want to go over a few tips that I had created for myself. And then the cool thing is that when I was doing a little research, it really had alignment with some of the other things that I see. So I'm going to share those with you. Some are my own thoughts, some are some ideas that I gathered from some of my research. The number one is you've got to create success in your mind through mindset by creating your own reality. Make sure that this is your world. You are the one that's successful. Again, we always talk about what is success. Again, you define that. You also, like we talked about before, you have to embrace change. No one will grow or no one will have the level of a success unless you are embracing change. And all of us know that we do not like change. We actually are programmed to run the opposite way. We always call this pain and pleasure. We run towards the pleasure and avoid the pain, but we've got to embrace our change. Also, successful people work harder, but they also work smarter. So think about what your actual weaknesses are and think about what your strengths are. And I always say focus on your strengths and leverage out your weaknesses. So if you're not good at making a flyer, then maybe somebody else should be making that flyer for you while you're talking and meeting and negotiating contracts and things like that. The next one's going to be hard for a lot of you guys. Don't worry about the how. Do not worry about the how. Just worry about the do. Right? Because sometimes in our mindset, we're like, well, how am I going to become successful? How am I going to overcome this objection? How am I going to overcome, the situation where I don't have enough money in my world right now? If you're focusing on that, you're focusing on the problem. And we always say, don't focus on the problem. We need to focus on the plan, not the problem. So that's the thing, is the how sometimes gets us so paralyzed, right? Never complain. We are complaining magnets. All of us. It affects our mindset the minute that we complain. I mean, it goes down to the simplest detail. Oh, this person cut me off in traffic. Oh, my coffee is too hot. Every single thing we complain about gives us more opportunity to just taint our mindset. And, I was in a class the other day, and he said, picture your body as an 8-ounce glass of water, and then take a little dropper and just put a drop of red dye in that 8-ounce glass. It now infects the whole glass, right? It's no longer clear. It's like that pinkish color. Your body is that water, and that negative complaining is that one drop of red dye. Be careful about that. That is something, again, mindset's huge, and that takes such a little amount to really taint. The other thing is that be yourself, respect everyone. The other one, though, is you gotta serve others. You gotta come from contribution. And I'll tell you, that's something that I have grown to understand. But sometimes when you help someone and you don't see gratitude coming back from them, I'm like, well, why am I going to help them? They're so ungrateful. You don't know what they're going through, so don't judge them. Remember, we're judging machines. So I just wanted you to kind of know through that. So I want you to make sure that as you go through this week, really look at what the definition of success is for you. Go through some of the process that we just talked about. How is it going to change my world? How can I maintain it? And we know people are going to judge us, but we got to do it anyway, right? So I hope you have a great Monday. I hope you have a great week. And those that you join me later in the broadcast and you see all of these Post-it notes, this is a cool thing because when your energy is low, because everything is energy, guys. Everything is. So when you have low energy, I'm on a Monday, coming off St. Patrick's Day, I was like, man, I have to do Mindset Monday. And then I walk into this amazing, awful Post-it notes that I do not like, and it changed my energy. So attract people that have a positive mindset. Attract and change your environment so you can really focus on your mindset. Makes a huge difference on how productive you can be. All right, so let's focus on success. Let's focus on mindset, and I'll see you guys next Monday, 8 a.m., and we'll chat a little more. All right, guys, have a great day. Hey, one thing. If you guys like these Mindset Mondays, I'd love for you to share it on your Facebook page or tag somebody that you may see that gets value out of these conversations. I've had a lot of people that have commented and said, oh, I love those on Monday. I'd love to be able to share this, maybe get them to think differently in their mindset. So if you know anybody that needs a little bit of a mindset shift, I said shift, mindset shift, maybe tag them or share this. All right? Well, thanks. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys again on Monday. Bye.